1517, a devastating famine claimed the lives of hundreds of Vietnamese. A dynasty fell, and the haunting images of lifeless bodies piled upon one another became a dark memory. What led to this catastrophe? In the early 16th century, the history of Vietnam witnessed harsh ups and downs, and the famine of 1517 marked a significant point in the people's memory. In the northeastern part of the country, the regions of Hai Duong and Kinh Bac bore the brunt of nature's cruelty and the upheavals of war. This was not just an ordinary famine, it was a comprehensive disaster that human resilience could not withstand. In 1512, the nation was shaken by a severe and prolonged drought, which not only devastated crops, but also plunged an entire people into despair. The drought caused a nationwide food shortage, leaving many places, especially the lowlands, barren and desolate. The people sought help, but in such dire circumstances, the sources of aid were meager. Just a year later, in the summer of 1513, a sudden flood struck the capital of Thang Long. On June 7th, the An Ho embankment broke, and water surged into West Lake, causing a major flood. This added fuel to the fire, exacerbating the hardships the people were enduring. As the population dwindled, many families lost loved ones to starvation, and an overwhelming sense of misery enveloped the land. Looking to the north, the Kinh Bac region, with districts like Yen Phong, Tien Du, and Dong Gan, also suffered immensely. The famine of 1517 didn't just hit Hai Duong, it spread everywhere. But here, where the scars of war were still fresh, the suffering was greater than ever. The horrifying images of starved bodies lying atop one another became a part of the dark memory of the people in this region. Amidst this brutal backdrop, Le Tuong Duc, the 10th king of the later Lê dynasty, reigned. From 1510 to 1516, Le Tuong Duc, whose real name was Le Ong, not only led a dynasty, but also carried the burden of his people, facing relentless challenges. Although his government faced storms, he worked to maintain internal stability. However, the dire plight of the populace left him with little choice but to navigate carefully for the country. Unfortunately, this worry grew heavier with the onset of famine. Historical records indicate that hundreds succumbed to starvation on the streets each day, and the survivors were left to eat whatever they could find, from plants to corpses. Just a year later, in 1518, turmoil in the royal court added to the suffering. Trinh Duy San, a powerful official, decided to overthrow King Le Tuong Duc. The emergence of a new dynasty once again reflected serious internal conflicts within the Le dynasty. This action not only affected the people, but made their lives even more arduous. The death of Le Tuong Duc became a tragic piece in the tapestry of history, as the people not only endured famine but also witnessed the ruthless forces of power and politics control their fate. The famine of 1517 left a profound lesson for future generations. This disaster forced humanity to confront a harsh reality. A nation not only suffering from natural calamities, but also grappling with bloody power struggles. From a weak government, the resistance of the marginalized and the spontaneous struggles of the people ultimately became part of history. Notably, while there is extensive information about the famine in 1517, the specific causes of its severity remain a mystery. Was it merely a combination of drought, floods, and the impacts of war? Or were there more complex political factors at play? Ultimately, the death of Le Tuong Duc at the hands of Trinh Duy San made the historical narrative all the more shocking. Le Tuong Duc departed bearing the pain of injustice, while the rise of Le Chieu Tong marked the beginning of a new chapter. A significant question emerged. Under the new dynasty, would the people receive a brighter future? And would the scars of the 1517 famine forever be etched in the memory of the populace and the annals of history? Time has passed, yet the pain lingers on. Let us reflect on what transpired, and whether life in the present truly advances or continues to repeat the dark pages of history. The earth still spins, and the hearts of the people resonate with reminders of the famine and the tragedies of past generations. Life may recover, but memories never fade.